Okay, thanks for tuning back in. We're moving now out of our house, our brand new house. We enjoyed this new house for several years, but like a lot of other people in the early 80s, we fell on hard times. So we sold our business and sold our house and decided that we would move out to this little stone cabin out in the middle of nowhere that we had bought several years before as an investment rental property. Our renters had moved out, it was empty, so we moved back there because we felt we could afford it, and we at the same time could fix it up a little bit maybe and then sell it at a later time. So we moved into this little stone cabin out in the middle of nowhere. And I started having, almost immediately, I started having experiences out there. It was very remote, so I think it lent itself to me having some kind of out-of-the-box experiences. And some of the things that I started experiencing were being out of body a lot. I would go to sleep at night or think I'd go to sleep. I was always aware that I was in bed sleeping, but I also was aware that I would get up out of myself, so to speak, and tool around the property. I would walk through the walls. Eventually I started experimenting with flying, and I would kind of squat and take off, and I would hover over the treetops, and then I would go a little further out and a little further out until many times I was way, way above the earth, so far above the earth that I could see the curvature of the earth. So this was new territory for me, and I enjoyed it. I was sort of sad and didn't feel real good emotionally during this part of my life. And this was a departure for me, and it was joyful to take these trips during the nighttime, and I enjoyed it very much. I woke up one morning having had an audio dream, and Jesus spoke to me one night, and he said to me, "Ain't no more room for no more sad souls in heaven." Well, I thought it was odd that Jesus used the word ain't, but I really took to heart what he told me in this message. And I knew that I needed to make some sort of joyful shift in my beingness so that I wasn't so sad all the time and felt so bad all the time. And I endeavored to do that. I was successfully doing it in my dream life. I needed to kind of translate those experiences that I was having in my dream life into my, here and now everyday life. And I received another dream. And this was so incredibly real. My dream was this. I went to this dance hall in this big shopping center in Texas to dance and to have a good time. And I arrived in this old car, like a 1930s or 40s, big black jalopy kind of big heavy car. And the parking lot was so full of cars that I had to park almost the last row, so far away from the entrance to this dance hall. Parked my car, got out, walked the distance to the front door, went in this dance hall, danced a couple dances, had a drink or two, and decided I just really wanted to go home. So I left the dance hall and I walked outside. When I walked outside, there was this fog over the whole parking lot, and there was not one single car except for mine left in this parking lot. And I thought that was really, really odd, because the dance hall was still full of people and there should be cars in the parking lot, but there weren't. So I kind of shrugged it off in my dream as one of those things, and I start walking to my car long distance away, and I can see it. It's the only one in the parking lot. It was easy to spot. And I got to my car, and I got out my keys, and I started trying to get in my car, and I saw something coming out of, or in the direction of the entrance to the dance hall. And it was coming toward me, and it was a person. It looked like a person, but it was just a little bitty speck of a person. And as I got closer, I could see this wasn't a person. This was some sort of, I don't know, some sort of part bear, part gorilla, snorting and huffing and stomping and steam coming out of its nostrils kind of thing. It's one of those monster dreams. And I never used to have monster dreams. Anyway, this thing is coming closer and closer and closer to me, and I'm getting really nervous. And the more I try to unlock my car, the more I can't unlock my car. Well, the thing is so close to me now, and he's coming straight for me. He sees me. I think, oh my God, I've got to get away from this thing somehow. Well, there's nowhere to hide because there's no cars. It's just this vast parking lot that's void of cars except for mine. So I crawl up under the car. And I can see this thing stomping. I can see its hairy, furry feet, clawed feet, stomping around the car and groaning and growling and making these wails and snorting and beating on the car. And it's mad because it can't find me, and it's stomping around, and I'm scooching around underneath the car to try to stay as far away from its feet as I can possibly stay. And finally the thing gets tired and it stomps off, and I'm happy. So I get out from under the car and I get in my purse and, you know, fumbling for my keys again. I get my keys out and suddenly I feel this hand, or this someone's touching me from behind me. And I think, oh my God, it just sent me out of my skin because I think it's this thing. I turn around and it's Jesus. And I say to him, oh my God, Jesus? And he said, yes, I need your help. And I'm confused. I'm thinking, Jesus? And he said, yes, I need your help. And I said, Jesus, I can't help you. You're Jesus. I mean, you can help yourself. He said, no, I've chosen you. Those are the words he used. I've chosen you. And I said, for what? What could I possibly do for you? He said, I need you to protect me from that thing. And I said, Jesus, you have picked the wrong person. I am not the girl to help you here. I mean, you're Jesus. You can help yourself. What do you need me for? He said, I've chosen you, and you're the only one who can help me. Well, I said, I would lay down my life for you, but I really don't know how I can help you. He said, you'll know when the time comes. Well, soon enough, here comes this monster again. And it's coming right for us, right for Jesus, and right for me. And the only thing that I know to do is to step in front of Jesus, which I do. I stepped in front of Jesus, and suddenly I realized this thing is just stomping, you know, all around us. And I realized the thing cannot see us. We're invisible. And I think, well, this is cool. This is good. This is a good thing. And finally, the thing gets so frustrated because we're completely invisible to him that he stomps off. And I turn to Jesus, and I'm just so, I am so filled with something that I've never felt. I turn to Jesus, and he says to me, thank you, you've done well. And that dream and experience really, really changed my life. And I began thinking about myself a little differently after that, a lot differently. So we'll continue on. I have lots more stories, and you'll see how this experience changed my life. Join us again. Thanks for watching.